Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of August 8, 2024. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad, MGT.
I'm Colonel AUC Oguntoye, an infantry officer. Cumulative impact since the beginning of operations. The Russian military reports extensive destruction of Ukrainian military assets since the start of operations, including aircraft, helicopters, drones, tanks, armored vehicles, artillery, and other military equipment.
Welcome to today's episode of Frontline Updates podcast, where we dive into global military developments. Today, we're joined by Colonel AUC Oguntoye to discuss the ongoing special military operation as of August 8, 2024. Colonel, thank you for joining us. Could you start by giving us an overview of the current situation on the ground?
Thank you for having me. As of today, our forces continue to engage vigorously in the operation, achieving significant advances across multiple fronts. We are systematically degrading the enemy's military capabilities through precise and strategic engagements.
That's quite comprehensive. Let's delve deeper into the specific actions taken by the North Group of forces. What can you tell us about their progress?
The North Group has been particularly effective. In regions like Sumy and Kharkiv, they've inflicted substantial losses on Ukrainian forces, including the destruction of 4 tanks, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, and a significant number of other military vehicles and artillery pieces. Overall, they've neutralized up to 415 Ukrainian servicemen.
Moving to the West Group of forces, how have they improved their tactical position?
The West Group has made excellent tactical gains. They've successfully defeated several Ukrainian brigades and repelled a counterattack by the 116th Mechanized Brigade. Their actions resulted in the loss of over 460 Ukrainian servicemen and significant hardware, including an infantry fighting vehicle and various artillery units.
What about the Southern Group of troops? What advances were made there?
The Southern Group has also secured more advantageous lines and repelled 2 counterattacks from the 5th Assault Brigade. They inflicted heavy losses on the enemy, totaling up to 660 servicemen, along with the destruction of multiple artillery units and 2 electronic warfare stations.
And in the Central region, how has the Center Group of forces fared?
The Center Group has been active and very effective. They've continued to conduct operations against various Ukrainian brigades, repelling multiple counterattacks and inflicting significant losses, including up to 360 Ukrainian servicemen and various pieces of artillery.
Could you also share some insights on the activities of the East and DNEPR groups?
Absolutely. The East Group improved their forward edge positions and repelled an enemy assault, causing losses of up to 105 servicemen and significant artillery. Meanwhile, the Dnepr Group has defeated Ukrainian brigades in Zaporizhia and Kherson, capturing valuable military equipment and further degrading enemy capabilities.
With such extensive operations, how has the air defense performed today?
Our air defense units have been outstanding, successfully downing a MiG-29 aircraft, 12 HIMARS rockets, and 80 drones, showcasing the robustness of our defensive measures.
What is the situation in the Kursk region on the morning of August 8th?
On the second day after the breakthrough, the Ukrainian armed forces begin stabilization measures. Operational tactical aviation is working much more actively. Long-range artillery is being pulled up from the reserve, including 2 S-7 Pion for suppressing the rear and numerous barrels for counter-battery combat.
How are the Ukrainian armed forces behaving?
As predicted, following the initial wave of forces, reserves are being brought in and artillery units are being positioned along the border. These forces will have the primary responsibility for artillery fire missions in the coming days. Since last night, the delivery of equipment and additional reinforcements by land for the Ukrainian armed forces has been increasingly challenging. It is becoming harder to bring in armored personnel carriers and tanks through the previous entry points, with a growing number of precision-guided missile attacks. This indicates the deployment of specialized artillery units on the Russian side. Due to time constraints, we are using the same logistical route as at the beginning of the operation. While it will suffice for some time, it cannot be utilized continuously.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for providing the platform to discuss these matters. It's crucial to keep the public informed about our military's progress. At least 27 people have been reported killed in Israeli attacks across the central and southern Gaza Strip on an especially bloody day. This includes at least 5 Palestinians, a mother and her children, who were incinerated when a tent was bombed in Khan Yunis. Residents and displaced Palestinians have been ordered by the Israeli military to immediately flee the Beit Hanun and Beit Lahia areas of northern Gaza ahead of an expected large-scale army operation.